Oh, hey, it's Emily, and today I'm going to chat through some books that I would love to read in the month of December, or my December to be read TBR. We're doing a super cozy, just chill video down on the floor here. I just have a few minutes to quickly film, so I wanted to go ahead and take advantage. And yeah, I'm really excited. I love reading this time of year. I love reading cozy holiday books. I'm not going to be doing my TBR game because I know exactly what I want to read and I don't want to deviate from that. So let's just get started with some romances that I would love to read. One is on its way to me right now from Book of the Month, and that is Kiss Her Once for Me. And I don't remember what this one is about. I just knew it was Book of the Month's holiday romance selection, and I was craving it, and I was drawn to just go ahead and pick whatever their selection was for their holiday romance for December. I also have a romance novella. This is Window Shopping by Tessa Bailey. I found it at a library book sale for super cheap and wanted to hang on to it for this month. I don't even really know what it's about, but I would love to check out Tessa Bailey's work and see if I like it, so I figured this would be a good way to do that. Again, don't really know too much because I had heard good things about it and wanted to just go ahead and grab it without knowing too much. I also love reading Regency romance novellas, short stories. I have a couple of collections on Kindle. I don't remember the names of them, but I do just have a couple of random Regency era romance novella collections or short story collections, and I always love reading those this time of year. And so I as they come on sale, or as I see some on sale on Kindle, usually throughout the year I'll just pick up a few and just thumb through them during December when I have some time. So those are some of the romance selections. I also have this beautiful version of The Nutcracker. This is from Barnes & Noble, and this is the Alexander Dumas version. I don't believe this is the original text of The Nutcracker, but I'll need to do a little bit of digging to confirm that. But I couldn't pass up this beautiful edition, right? So, and I wanted to save it for December, so I have that. I also, speaking of Book of the Month, have The Last Party as kind of a holiday thriller selection, and this follows a New Year's Eve party and murder is afoot, and it just seemed like a fun one to save for right around New Year's, and so that's my plan with this one. As far as cozy things, I had to put some sort of fantasy on here, and so I recently picked up Legends and Lattes. I couldn't resist, and so yeah, I picked this one up, and this literally just follows our main character, who used to be I believe some sort of let's see, after a lifetime of bounties and bloodshed, Viv is hanging up her sword for the last time, is the first line of the synopsis, and she opens up a coffee shop in a place where people don't really know what coffee is, and it's about her experience just becoming part of the community and running this coffee shop. And it just sounds delightful. Like, I've heard it is just not anything that'll blow your mind or, change your life, but just if you want something cozy and fun, that this is perfect for that. And that's the vibe that I'm going for. So I figured that would be a perfect one to put on TBR. I do have Wrath and Mercy, which is the second book following The Bright and the Pale. And this is a YA fantasy, I believe, duology, and this is the final one. And it very much is a fantasy set in a cold setting. You're following a character whose land basically had this ice storm that came through and basically froze everything, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. She thinks that her family died in that, and she thinks that one of her friends has gone missing, and she's trying to figure out what's going on with him, and that forces her to figure out some things that are going on with this place that had this ice storm. I at least might need to reread or re-thumb through parts of the first one to remind myself what happened before jumping into this. But, I had a fun enough time with the first one to go ahead and pick up the second one in a matching Fairy Loot edition. So those are kind of the holiday themed things that I at least have planned. There's definitely more stuff that I could turn to if I have more time. You never know how much reading you're going to be able to do in December on the holidays. It's always, you just never know. So I also have one nonfiction, and that is Braving the Wilderness by Brene Brown. I've been wanting to check out this author for a while, and I need to read this in December so that I can give it back to my mom while I'm there for the holidays, because this is actually my mom's book, and so I want to make sure that I can give it back to her. We have a really fun thing going where I will grab a book from her library that she would love for me to read or that I am drawn to, and I read it and then just give it back to her the next time I come home. So this is the one that I most recently picked out when I was home in October. And yeah, so I've been wanting to check out Brene Brown, and I want to make sure that I read this so that I can give it back to her. But yeah, I'm not really sure what this one specifically talks about. I just know I've been wanting to check out this author, and I think this author has a fair number of books out. She's a social scientist. Anyway, so those are the plans that I have so far for December. We'll see if I can vlog. My boyfriend's brother is going to be with us for a good chunk of the month. So I'm just not really sure what the filming situation will be like or how much I'll be able to film. I will do my best because I would love to be able to get some end of year content out in December. It'll probably spill over into January, but I would love to update on my goals. I would love to update on, the typical end of year stuff, my favorite books of the year, my favorite audiobooks of the year, the usual stuff that I like to do. I also want to have a separate video where I talk about some different ways that I want to restructure things on my channel and just the types of videos that I would love to make. So I'll have a separate video on that. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me. Let me know what you're hoping to read in the month of December. It's just such a fun reading time, at least for me. I really enjoy it. So I hope you're having a good reading month, or we'll have a good reading month in December. But yeah, let me know what you would like to read in the month of December. I'm super curious, so let me know down below. And I will also leave my Twitter and Instagram down below. That's where I like to hang out. And I will also leave more information about how you can support the Black Lives Matter movement, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, everyone.